can't keep getting away with it. No, 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 no.
Well, I think we've had enough talk. It's time for the main event.
Tom Knox time for die.
May his family suffer great hardship in years to come.
About to be on my American shit. I need some fuel. I need some real American corn syrup. Oh my God, that's foul. Check out this photo. I thought this was just really funny. This picture, it just looks like he's doing an ollie down like an 8 stair. I mean, he's definitely like 50-50ing and popping, which also not that cool. So let's take a quick look at his collection right here. Beautiful page. Let's all peruse it in unison. First of all, Tom Knox looking like Jimmy Neutron. Who does this guy's fucking hair? British sports clips. Like, this is even worse than Carhartt whip. This is such a betrayal of the Dickies brand.
I was thinking it looks so mindless and pointless that it reminds me of YouTuber merch. And this is real YouTuber merch. This is Cody Ko's merch line called Cody's Run Club. So yeah, Dickies, you guys are doing a great job. You are doing the same designs as a YouTuber.
Anyway, then we also have this, oh my God, the Trans Pride quarter zip. He looks dumbfounded. What am I doing here? A corduroy, like, tracksuit looking thing. It just seems like and something like this, it's like Dickies, it seems like they're like trying to get into fashion. It's so frumpy, so unflattering. And they're saying in the description of this, they're saying, inspired by original 874 work pants, Tom Knox reimagined the silhouette. Reimagined it into the, its mom said it's my turn to use the Xbox silhouette.
Perfect.
Overall rating, 3.8. Boom. All this stuff is on clearance too. Bunch of crap. You guys are making crap. His pro model jean right here. It's like an acid wash polar big boy dupe, which is like, okay, bro, why is your pro model jean a pant that is for confused tweens when you're a father of 4? All right, big flip on flat for no reason. No reason. It's just big flip on flat. Half cab off the curb. For what purpose? And then kickflip up the curb, one of the ugliest kickflips ever done by a professional skateboarder. Like, it looks switch, and it looks like a skater doing a switch flip that is trying to do like some kind of Dylan Jabe impression, but like they can't actually bone their legs out, so their knees kind of just do all the work. Awful. This line is hellish. And then this is the biggest fucking twist of the knife.
Puts it a long way, and it's almost there. Justin keeps it alive. Turbo wasn't there. Bounces into the corner. Energy still around. Justin is there for the shot. Justin! This is Rocket League!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Front pops a 6 stair. Now, this line is pretty much just this. The only reason that this kind of dude gets called out for it is because he's wearing like a Bones t-shirt and he's got Andy Anderson grip on his skateboard, so everybody feels comfortable being honest about the situation. And before we get too much further, I'll acknowledge that, like, yes, I do skate similarly to Tom Knox, and I do hate myself, but that also makes me an expert in hating Tom Knox as well. I actually developed a theory about Tom's skating. One of my new designs here. Now, this is going to look really confusing, I think, at first, but it's going to start making sense. So this is my theory of intersectionality as it pertains to skateboarding. Here we have a y-axis and we have an x-axis. The y-axis is the height of an obstacle or of a spot, and the x-axis is the length of an obstacle or spot. So something that is really high and really long, like El Toro, would be represented by this intersection here. Now, Tom Knox, his buckness capability is around the 1.5 to 2 range of buckness on the X and the Y scale. You can see I've illustrated that in blue. Now, probably from anywhere on the 3 of each respective axis, this is like the scrub zone. This is like, you know, mini spot territory. So as a professional skateboarder, obviously you can't just skate 6 stairs. People are going to catch on to you and be like, why is this guy paid by New Balance, Dickies, and Crooked? You know, why are we funding this bullshit? He's come up with an ingenious solution. This is where almost all skateboarding happens, on the positive x-axis and the positive y-axis. He's taken his skating into the negative x-axis, and the negative x-axis is represented not by length of a spot, but by width. So Tom Knox has realized it is acceptable to skate a 5-stair as long as it's narrow. He's an idiot, but he's also a genius because he is really hoodwinking the audience into thinking that it is okay to skate spots that, you know, a 9-year-old would be battling a kickflip on, and he's front popping them because they're skinny, because they're narrow spots. Oh yeah, and if you hadn't picked up on it already, Tom Knox is a British guy. Now, I think that Tom Knox is probably one of the only skaters in the world that could get away with this strategy, because it's like in American media, whenever the creators of a movie or a show want to convince you that there's a really smart character, they just give them a fucking British accent. So even if a British character in a show is saying something that is completely devoid of any substance, a lot of Americans will think that it is just terrific because a British person is saying it. That's Tom Knox on a skateboard. If an American was front popping 6 stairs, they would have been assassinated years ago. All right, here we go. More bullshit. Tray flip, front blunt, 3 inches of a ledge. He actually did that pretty clean. This line is clean. Switch tray on flat, going fast. That's the hardest trick of this entire line. Switch tail 270, slides most of the spin on the floor. That's an easy trick if you know how to do it. People that know how to do that trick know that once you learn it, that shit is super easy. If the hardest trick that you're doing in a line is a flat ground trick, then that begs the question, why the fuck are you even bothering to skate ledges at all? The only reason Tom Knox is skating any ledges is to distract from the fact that he is a professional flat ground skater. The hardest trick in your line should not be a flat ground trick. The hardest trick in your line should be a trick on the spot that you are skating. All right, here we go. There's more. Jeez Louise. My God. Ew.
I'm gonna go fucking ballistic.
All right, same exact thing I just talked about, right? Back blunt on the last 2 inches of this thing, pop off, stomps it, easy trick, and then this is the crown jewel of this line. Tray flip down a 3-stair, and heel flip down a 3-stair, and those are 2 flat ground tricks. I will be calling tricks that are done down 3 stairs flat ground tricks. That is not big enough to tell me that that has any meaningful difference between doing those on flat and doing them down a 1-foot drop. So it's the same exact shit as the last line, and he finishes this off with such a bad kickflip backtail. Like, he is disrespecting the audience with this.
He's spitting in our faces, and some of you guys have your mouth open.
This backtail is saggier than the Queen's decomposing tits, with a slide that was shorter than Prince Harry's knob.
We make it look easy.
Okay, does the trick again. And ollies off. And now prepare, drum roll, please. Is that Johnny Knoxville? No. Great heavens, that's Tommy Knoxville, the greatest stuntman the United Kingdom has ever seen. Jesus Christ almighty. This is the best trick of the part so far. 50-50 to back lip. Kind of a cool spot. And then shoves out on it also. Had to make the most of that. Oh my God. Yo, call this guy Jake Hayes the way he's kickflipping to the bank.
Fuck no, baby!
Yeah, slow-mo that switch heel on flat. I mean, that trick's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. Front tail, switch 50. Let's get some B-roll of a double-decker bus. Just to remind you, this guy is British. His biggest selling point. I can't believe they slow-mode this. Front 180, a stair set. Illegal, dungeon. And then, like, shakily sets up for a flip. And employs this theory of
intersectionality.
You know, he barely gets his fat feet out of the way. And you already know what's about to happen. We're going to end this line the way that we end every good Tom Knox line. Pop, shove it, 5-stair. Boom!
They say men create elaborate rituals in order to touch each other's bodies. Tom Knox creates elaborate rituals to do frontside pop shove-its down 5 stairs.
Okay. Cab, half cab. I kind of liked this idea. I thought it was sort of cool looking. And then he goes and does like a tail slide heel flip, which pretty easy trick for a professional skateboarder. Also, Tom has like a pretty noticeable over-reliance on tail slides and blunt slides, which are basically the same trick. This is probably the most buck thing he's done. Whole part. Yeah, I mean, I've seen him skate that 1,000 times. Oh my God. Some of these spots were built by like Romans 2,000 years ago and maybe just aren't worth the effort. You're trying to grind stone that is literally from the Stone Age, bro. This trick I actually like. I actually think this was cool. Obviously it has another like front tail in it, but it's a good spot. He used it intelligently, and I like the big spin off, even it's down like a tiny stair set as usual. Like he really made the most of this spot. And this is like the kind of skating and the kind of skater that I think Tom Knox is like marketed as. This is why this dude has a job, because he should be doing stuff like this. Now, if I were to be impressed by a Tom Knox part, I would need like 5 or 6 tricks of this caliber in any one of these parts, because if this is like a 9 out of 10 on like the creative, because this is not that hard. It's kind of buck, but it's really not that buck. It looks way more buck because Tom Knox is doing it. This is more of like a cerebral, skateboarding trick. And like, this is, again, like I said, the kind of skater that Tom Knox is sold to you as. Most of the time, I think he like coasts off of his reputation and off of his ethos, where he just does a bunch of like contrived nonsense, but it's like, oh, it's because it's Tom Knox. Every now and again, he'll actually give you something that is good and like a decently intelligent trick that it makes the audience believe that all of the shit that he is doing is smart, when a lot of it really, to me, is not.
Facts.
We talked about this in the Sodi video, but he seriously suffers from not having a VX1000 like directly underneath his skateboard. especially skating in London and the quick-footed skateboarding, camera tricks do a lot for this, genre of skateboarding. Seeing this dude like skating long lens, I think kind of shatters the illusion.
May his family suffer great hardship in years to come.
I wake up in the morning, I got Minecraft on my mind. Join a couple servers playing Skywars till I die, and all these newbies killing me with diamond sword of sharpness 5.